The original Mission Impossible movie released in May of 1996. 27 years later, Tom Cruise is still headlining these movies, and I'm here to talk about the seventh entry in the franchise, Dead Reckoning, Part 1. All right, before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, do the YouTube things like subscribe, leave comments. We love engagement. If you're listening to the audio version of this, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and leave a rating and review. Even if you have already rated us like on iTunes previously, give us another rating. That'll help boost us up. So, Christopher McQuarrie is back for his third consecutive time directing a Mission Impossible movie. And along for the ride, of course, Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt. We've got Rebecca Ferguson returning as Elsa Faust. Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg are back. And also, Henry Czerny, who played Kittredge in the first Mission Impossible movie, is back. Newcomers, we've got Haley Atwell as Grace, Palm Clementif as Paris, Shea Wiggums and Esai Morales as Gabriel. So the movie, honestly, I had no idea what this movie was about going in. All the trailers were just like Tom Cruise is doing Tom Cruise stuff. And moments into the movie, like seconds into the movie, you learn that this movie is about AI and like combating AI. And I was blown away because this movie was made in a COVID bubble in 2021. And we're having the AI conversation now. But essentially, some things happen and there's like this super powerful AI that is a threat to basically the globe. But if you get the two keys to where the servers are, you could essentially rewrite the code so that you could control it. So all of the world's agencies are trying to get this, and it's up to Ethan and the Impossible Mission Force team to get the keys out of the bad guys' hands and do what they need to do. So I don't feel like it's a big spoiler to say they don't really succeed in their mission because this movie is called Dead Reckoning Part 1. But I will say that it's quite a thrill ride. This movie is the definition of a roller coaster. Like, the set pieces are phenomenal. Just in some cases breathtaking. There's a car chase in this movie that is absolutely hilarious, and it made me wish movies like Fast and the Furious still did things practically. Like, I'm aware that, you know, not everything in this movie was done realistically. Like, CGI was helped on some stuff, but like the car chase in this scene just felt so real and tactile, unlike Fast and Furious, which I saw earlier this year. And it was really funny as well. Like, Haley Atwell and Tom Cruise have really good chemistry. Obviously, he has chemistry with Rebecca Ferguson, Ving Rhames, and Simon Pegg. It's so cool seeing Palm Clementif as a villain. And she was almost like speechless. Like, she spoke French a few times in the movie, but for the most part, she was just extremely menacing. And I've never seen her in a role like that. I don't even know if she's played a role like that before, but she was really good as the henchman. We've got Shea Wiggum in here, and we've got some stuff where, of course, Ethan goes rogue because that's what he does. And I do like that the movie is self-aware. And when he was getting his mission briefing, they told him, do not go rogue. And moments later, he goes rogue. But Shea Wiggum plays like the agent sent to detain Ethan while he's still doing the mission. So he's like the secondary antagonist, but not really, you know. Esai Morales was very interesting. His character's name is Gabriel, and I feel like 100% intentional with a biblical name, and like he's like a zealot for the AI. Very interesting things there. I appreciated that it was really cool to see this movie play homage to like other movies. Like, the first Mission Impossible movie, because the trailer showed that there is like a train sequence in the movie, and also like the beginnings of the movie were really harkening back to the Hunt for Red October. But yeah, this, like I said, this movie's a thrill ride. The action sequences are amazing. Like, this is a movie that you need to see in the theater. Like, just for the final sequence alone, where it's kind of like in a video game where you beat the boss and you're like, okay, cool, we get the end credits now, and then the boss gets back up and it has a second form. Like, that's this movie. I could not stop holding my breath as I saw Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, try to get out of the situation he was in the final sequences of the movie, where the movie should be over, but it's still happening. And what's happening is absolutely thrilling. Like, I can't say this enough. Like, Tom Cruise, yes, he's saving cinema. We make memes about it all day long. The man knows how to make a movie worth seeing in the theater. I will say this movie, I don't feel like this movie needed to be two parts. Like, it ends on a cliffhanger, and they could have trimmed some stuff in the middle. While I do love like the car chase sequence that we have, and I believe it was Venice or Rome. A lot of that could have been trimmed down, and we could have slid some stuff up so that this movie could have just been one part. But I'm extremely interested to see what they do in the second part. And I'm just calling it now. This is one of my favorite movies of 2023. Please, please, please see this movie in the theater. It is absolutely amazing. If you have it in your area, see it in IMAX before Oppenheimer comes out. Like, this movie was absolutely amazing. Like, I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Please, please, please see this movie. See the 7th entry in a franchise in the movie theater, because it is that good. Hey, editing Chad here. So I saw something in the research for my review that I wanted to talk about, where in the movie, spoilers, there is a train crash. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And the research I just discovered shows that they acquired land in the English countryside, laid down train tracks, built a train car, and drove it off a cliff. Like, I am just flabbergasted that we're still doing things practically. Like, that train crash did look really good, but part of my brain was like, oh, that's CGI. They crashed a real train. We don't do that anymore. Like, what the heck? But yeah, I just wanted to throw that into the review. I've been Chad. Do all the things, like, subscribe, leave a review, leave comments and engagement. If you're watching on YouTube, tell me what your favorite Tom Cruise stunt has been. Mine personally, I am quite a fan of him scaling that building in the fourth movie.